The Eidolon hovered silently in the vacuum of deep space, its ionized engines reduced to a whisper. The crew of 6 specialists watched with a mix of apprehension and fascination as the anomaly pulsed ahead. It was a singularity, a distortion in the fabric of the cosmos that defied all known laws of physics. The light from the surrounding stars bent into hypnotic spirals, as if the universe itself were being sucked into it. Dr. Ilara Voss, the mission's chief scientist, studied the data on her screen with eager eyes. The Eidolon sensors could barely process the readings. The anomaly emitted an unknown frequency, a kind of cosmic echo that seemed to whisper ancient secrets. She knew crossing the singularity was an incalculable risk, but also a unique opportunity. Humanity had always sought answers beyond the stars, and this was the chance to find them. With a silent command, the Eidolon moved forward. The transition was swift and violent. For a moment, everything went dark, as if time and space had ceased to exist. When the light returned, the universe before them was unrecognizable. The stars shone in strange patterns, and time flowed backward. Ilara felt a chill run down her spine. They were no longer in their cosmos. The Eidolon floated in a sea of unknown stars, its systems struggling to adapt to the new environment. The crew, still dazed from the crossing, began to notice disturbing details. The transmissions picked up by the sensors did not speak of future discoveries but of events that, in their universe, had already happened. Wars, catastrophes, conquests. Everything seemed to be unfolding in reverse order. Jackson Reed, the systems engineer, was the first to notice something strange. While reviewing the ship's logs, he found a logbook written in his own handwriting but dated from an era that had not yet arrived. The words were his, but he had not written them. Not yet. The discovery left the crew in silence, each lost in their own thoughts. Ilara Voss began analyzing the data urgently. If time truly flowed backward, then humanity's past was still to come. But what did that mean for the future? Were they witnessing the birth of a new cosmos or the death of an old one? The question echoed in her mind, unanswered. As the Eidolon advanced, the crew realized they were not mere observers of this inverted universe. Their actions seemed to directly influence the flow of time. Every move, every decision echoed in their own timeline, creating paradoxes that defied logic. Ilara Voss found records of an ancient civilization that had predicted their arrival, suggesting they were destined to cross the singularity. Meanwhile, Cale Draven, the ship's pilot, began having visions of events that had not yet occurred but seemed inevitable. He saw ruined cities, exploding stars, and an absolute silence taking over the cosmos. The visions were so vivid that he could barely distinguish the present from the future. The crew was losing their sense of who they were and when they were. Ilara proposed a theory. Perhaps they were trapped in a temporal loop, destined to repeat the same mistakes endlessly. But there was an alternative. If they could reach the epicenter of the anomaly, they might break the cycle. The question was, were they willing to pay the price? The Eidolon approached the epicenter of the anomaly, where time and space bent chaotically. There they found a colossal structure, apparently built by an unknown intelligence. The structure emitted a frequency capable of manipulating the flow of time, and its presence was both fascinating and terrifying. As they investigated, the crew began to lose their sense of who they were and when they were. Memories of the past and future blended, creating unbearable mental confusion. Ilara Voss proposed a risky theory. Destroying the structure might restore the normal flow of time, but at an unpredictable cost. The crew was divided. Some believed they should study the structure, while others insisted that destroying it was the only way out. The tension grew with each passing moment as the Eidolon approached the point of no return. Whatever they decided, their choices would shape not only their destiny but the destiny of all humanity. Facing the alien structure, the Eidolon's crew made their final decision. Ilara Voss argued that humanity was not ready for such power, while Jackson Reed insisted that this was the key to rewriting the future. The tension was palpable, each crew member carrying the weight of an impossible choice. When they finally acted, the universe around them began to disintegrate. The stars went out, time bent, and for a moment, everything fell silent. When the light returned, the Eidolon was back in its own universe, but something was different. The crew's memories were confused, as if they had lived multiple lives in a single instant. Ilara gazed at the now familiar stars and wondered if they had made the right choice. The alien structure was destroyed, but the echo of their actions still reverberated through the cosmos. And then, a question hung in the air. What would you do if you could change the past to save the future? If you felt immersed in this cosmic journey and want to explore more stories like this, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next adventures at the edge of the unknown.